My dear child, I need you to lean in closely and let the frequency of my peace settle into the marrow of your bones. I have watched you pacing the floors of your home in the middle of the night, your mind racing with the weight of burdens that were never meant for your shoulders to carry. I have seen the way you have been clutching your chest, trying to catch your breath under the suffocating pressure of an uncertain future. I have seen the tears that have stained your pillow, the ones you hide from the world, the ones that carry the salt of exhaustion and the bitterness of a long-standing struggle. But I am here to interrupt your cycle of sorrow with a sovereign decree that will echo through every corner of your existence. God says, this is the last night you will worry about that bill, that sickness, or that betrayal. While you were sleeping, I was working. The problem you see today, you shall see no more forever. Do not be fooled by the evidence of your current circumstances. In the natural realm, your problems look like giants, standing tall and mocking your faith. You look at the pile of unpaid demands, you feel the persistent ache of a body that hasn't known true rest, and you remember the sting of those who turned their backs on you when you needed them most. You think that because the situation hasn't changed in months or years, it will never change. But I am the God of the midnight intervention. I am the God who moves in the shadows to prepare a masterpiece of light. I have allowed the night to get as dark as it possibly could so that when the dawn breaks, the contrast of my glory will be undeniable. You have been in a season of toil, where every step felt like walking through thick mud. But that season has officially reached its expiration date. The clock of heaven has struck 12. And the midnight sweep has begun. I have seen the whispers you could not hear. I heard the enemy laughing in the dark, telling his legions that he finally had you pinned down. I heard him plotting to keep you in a perpetual state of almost out of debt, almost healed, almost loved, but never fully crossing the finish line. He thought he could exhaust your spirit until you surrendered your promise. But what the adversary didn't realize is that my surveillance never sleeps. While he was busy gloating over your exhaustion, I was deleting the files of your failure. I was dismantling the traps he set for your mourning. I was intercepting the arrows of sickness and turning them into ammunition for your breakthrough. The very thing that kept you awake last night is being dissolved by my presence right now. Do not get fooled into thinking that you have to work harder to see this change. You have spent years trying to hustle your way out of the hole. You have tried to reason with the betrayal and navigate the sickness with human logic. But I am commanding a divine cessation. I am telling your toil to stop. I am telling your worry to die. You are moving from the labor of man to the leisure of the Spirit. When I said, the problem you see today, you shall see no more forever, I was referring to the exodus of your agony. Just as I drowned the chariots of Egypt in the Red Sea, I am drowning the anxieties of your soul in the ocean of my mercy. You will look for that bill, and it will be settled. You will look for that symptom, and it will be gone. You will look for that betrayer, and they will be neutralized. I saw the secret meetings where your name was being dragged through the mud. I saw the people you trusted most sitting at tables you weren't invited to, calculating how to profit from your downfall. They thought their midnight schemes were hidden, but I was the fly on the wall. I heard the treason in their tone. And I am telling you today, I have revoked their access to your future. I have locked the doors they thought they could enter. While you were sleeping in your tears, I was drafting a restraining order in the spirit realm. They can no longer touch your peace. They can no longer vandalize your vision. This is your final night of being the victim. Tomorrow, you wake up as the victor. In the United States, you are surrounded by a culture that glorifies the grind. You are told that if you aren't stressing, you aren't progressing. You are told that sleep is for the weak and that you must stay woke to survive. But I am interrupting that cultural brainwashing. I am calling you to the Sabbath of the soul. I am deleting the noise of the world so you can hear the nudge of the Spirit. The midnight sweep is an act of sovereign efficiency. I can do in one night what you couldn't do in 10 years. I am clearing the deck. I am sterilizing the atmosphere. The toil was a classroom, but you have just graduated. I have seen the whispers you could not hear, and they were panic-stricken. I heard the spirits of lack screaming because I have disconnected their power source in your life. I heard the spirits of infirmity packing their bags because the frequency of heaven has become too hot for them to reside in your temple. They know the shift has happened. They know the sweep is final. The only one who doesn't realize it yet is you. You are still tense. You are still guarded. You are still waiting for the other shoe to drop. But I am commanding your nervous system to submit to my silence. There is no other shoe. There is only my hand. Do not be fooled. The worry you feel right now is just a ghost of the old identity. It is a residual habit of a slave. But I have emancipated you from the kingdom of anxiety. I am deleting the problems from the root. I am not just pruning the leaves of your debt, I am killing the root of lack. I am not just managing the betrayal, I am extracting the poison. I am doing a deep clean. This is the midnight sweep. When you wake up, the inventory of your life will be different. The liabilities are being deleted, and the assets are being activated. I saw the secret meetings of the divine restorers. While you were resting in your exhaustion, I was mobilizing the angels of compensation. They have been scanning your history, looking for every stolen hour, every unfair dismissal, and every broken promise. They are calculating the interest on your pain. The midnight sweep includes a back pay that will stun your enemies. While they thought you were losing ground, I was storing up glory. The final night of toil is not just about the end of the bad, it is about the inauguration of the good. The problem you see today. Look at it one last time. Look at that diagnosis. Look at that negative balance. Look at that broken relationship. Take a mental picture of it, because by the time this video ends and you enter the sovereign shift, it will be unrecognizable. I am distorting the image of your hardship. I am transforming the portrait of your poverty into a masterpiece of my prosperity. This is my signature move. I wait until the human effort is 0 so that the divine effort is 100. You have reached your 0, welcome to my 100. I have seen the whispers you could not hear, and they were lies meant to paralyze your mourning. They said you would never get out, they said you would die in this wilderness, they said your children would inherit your debt. But I am deleting those generational curses tonight. I am wiping the hard drive of your ancestry. The toil stops with you. The struggle ends at your doorstep. I am establishing a new legacy in the midnight. This is the separation of the old from the new. You are exiting the quarter of grief and entering the sanctuary of grace. Do not get fooled into waking up with the same mindset. If I delete the problem but you keep the metal file, you will download the struggle all over again. I am commanding a mental reset. When you open your eyes tomorrow, don't look for the wound. Look for the weapon I have put in your hand. Don't look for the lack. Look for the land I have given you to possess. The midnight sweep is a total system override. You are no longer running on the program of the world. You are running on the protocol of the kingdom. I saw the secret meetings where the spirits of fatigue were planning to burn you out. They wanted to dim your light before the world could see it. They wanted you to be too tired to enjoy the harvest. But I am infusing you with supernatural vitality right now. While you sleep, I am restoring your cells. I am renewing your strength. I am resurrecting your energy. You are going to wake up with a clarity and a fire that will terrify the enemy. He thought he had drained you, but I have refilled you from the eternal well. I was working. This is my testimony. While you were weak, I was strong. While you were quiet, I was loud in the spirit realm. While you were still, I was strategic. The midnight sweep is the proof of my sovereignty. You didn't have to help me delete the problem. You didn't have to advise me on how to fix the betrayal. I am the great I am. I need no consultation. I need no assistance. I only need your agreement. Phase 1 is complete. The toil is terminated. The worry is evicted. The midnight is occupied. The problems are deleted. The sleep is holy. The morning is new. My child, I am taking you deeper into the secret operations of the midnight sweep. You have accepted that the night of toil is over, but now I must show you how I am dismantling the architecture of your misery. While you were focused on the wall in front of you, I was focused on the foundation of the opposition. You have been walking through a minefield, unaware of how close you were to the traps set by the hands of men. You have felt the resistance in your career, the stagnation in your legal battles, and the coldness in your social circles. You thought it was just bad luck or a slow season. But I am here to interrupt that misunderstanding. The invisible hand is at work. While you were sleeping, I was deleting the paths that were blocked. I have erased the legal traps and the office politics that were meticulously designed to cage your progress. Your enemy will wake up tomorrow morning only to find that their masterpiece of sabotage has evaporated into thin air. Do not be fooled by the silence of your adversaries. In the United States, the corporate ladder and the legal system are often used as weapons to stifle the anointed. You have felt the invisible ceiling. You have sensed the secret meetings where your name was blacklisted. You have been gaslit into believing that you were the problem. But I am conducting a sovereign audit of those secret rooms. My invisible hand has entered the servers of your enemies. I have corrupted the files of their malice. I have scrambled the evidence they tried to fabricate against you. The legal trap that was supposed to snare you on Monday has been disassembled on Sunday night. I am clearing the path before your feet even touch the floor. I have seen the whispers you could not hear. I heard the managers and the directors whispering in the hallway, "We have a plan to phase them out." I heard the legal counsel of your opposition saying, "We have found a loophole to drain their resources." I heard the false friends whispering to your inner circle, "They aren't who you think they are." They thought they were invisible. They thought their political maneuvering was flawless. But they forgot that I am the God of the unseen. My invisible hand has rerouted the email that was meant to destroy you. I have changed the mind of the decision maker who was about to sign your dismissal. I am deleting the hostile environment that was sucking the life out of your anointing. Do not get fooled into fighting a battle that I have already deleted. You have been arming yourself for a war that no longer exists. You have been memorizing your defense for a trial that has been dismissed in the high court of heaven. I am commanding you to lay down your weapons. You cannot fight what I have already dissolved. The office politics that used to keep you up at night are now irrelevant. The people who were plotting against you are about to experience a sudden confusion. They will look for the trap they set, and they will not find it. They will look for the conflict they started, and it will be quiet. I have muffled the voice of the accuser. I saw the secret meetings of the social engineers who were trying to rewrite your reputation. They were crafting a narrative of incompetence and instability. They wanted to label you so that the world would reject you. But my invisible hand has overwritten their story. I am replacing their lies with my legitimacy. I am deleting the slander from the hearts of those who were influenced by it. When you walk into the room tomorrow, you will notice a shift in the atmosphere. People who were cold will be curious. People who were hostile will be humble. They won't know why they changed their mind, but you'll know. It was the midnight sweep of the invisible hand. In the United States, you are taught to play the game. You are told that if you don't manipulate, you will be manipulated, but I am interrupting that system of survival. I am proving that you don't have to play the game when you know the owner of the board. I am deleting the unfair advantages of your competitors. I am deleting the nepotism that was blocking your promotion. I am deleting the bureaucracy that was delaying your permit. The invisible hand is cutting the red tape. I am simplifying what was complex. I am straightening what was crooked. You are exiting the labyrinth and entering the highway of holiness. I have seen the whispers you could not hear, and they were arrogant. I heard the enemy say, "We have them boxed in. There is no way out." They were counting the seconds until your collapse. They had prepared the press release of your failure. But I am intercepting the broadcast. I am deleting the box. My invisible hand is lifting you above the trap. You are escaping like a bird from the snare of the fowler. When the fowler wakes up to check the trap, he will find it empty and broken. He will scratch his head in disbelief. He will re-examine his calculations and find no errors, yet the result is defeat. Do not be fooled. This is not magic, this is mastery. I am the master of the molecular. I am the master of the digital. I am the master of the political. My invisible hand can move a heart just as easily as it can move a mountain. I am moving the heart of the judge. I am moving the heart of the banker. I am moving the heart of the landlord. I am deleting the obstacles that were embedded in your progress. You have been banging your head against a locked door, but tonight, I am removing the door from its hinges. You won't even have to turn the knob. You will just walk through. I saw the secret meetings of the financial saboteurs. They were planning to freeze your assets and limit your credit. They wanted to control your movement by restricting your means. But my invisible hand has unblocked the flow. I am deleting the negative flags on your profile. I am deleting the errors in the accounting. I am clearing the static in the transaction. You are about to experience a sudden liquidity. The blocked paths are now open channels of supply. The enemy will wake up and see that you are still standing, still spending, and still succeeding, and it will drive them to madness. The paths are clear. This is my declaration over your week. I am deleting the traffic jam in your destiny. You have been stuck in a loop of repeated problems, but I am deleting the code of the loop. I am introducing a new sequence. A sequence of acceleration. A sequence of ease. A sequence of honor. My invisible hand is smoothing the road ahead of you. You will run and not get weary. You will walk and not faint. The office politics that were designed to trip you up will actually become the stepping stones to your exaltation. I have seen the whispers you could not hear, and I am neutralizing them with my roar. The enemies are whispering in fear now. They sensed a change in the wind. They felt the power of the invisible hand touching their plans. They are scrambling to fix what I am breaking, but they cannot fix what the Creator has ordered to be deleted. You are protected by a sovereign shield. You are guided by a sovereign hand. The midnight sweep is thorough. I am not leaving a trace of the trap. I am not leaving a trace of the politics. I am making all things new. Do not get fooled into looking back for the problem. When you wake up, don't go searching for the conflict. Don't call the enemy to see if they are still mad. Don't check the file to see if the error is still there. It is deleted. If you look for it, you are inviting the memory of the toil back into your morning. I am commanding you to walk forward in blind faith, knowing that the ground is solid. The invisible hand has paved the way, the rasta are wide open. I saw the secret meetings of the divine strategists. They are handing you the keys to the rooms you were locked out of. They are preparing the welcome mat for your arrival. The office that was a war zone is becoming a throne room. The courtroom that was a place of persecution is becoming a place of vindication. The invisible hand is writing your new title. It is writing your new salary. It is writing your new story. The midnight sweep is final. The hand is moving. It is moving on your behalf. It is moving against your obstacles. It is moving for your overflow. You are safe in the grip of the invisible hand. You are secure in the path of the clear rasta. The enemy is defeated in his sleep. The morning is yours to possess. Phase 2 is complete. The traps are dismantled. The politics are purged. The path is clear. The invisible hand has prevailed. The blockage is deleted. The way is open. My child, I am calling you into a deeper understanding of my justice, for the midnight sweep is not merely about the removal of your burdens, but about the aggressive restoration of everything the locusts have eaten in your life. You have spent years looking at the gaps in your history, the years lost to a stagnant career, the decades swallowed by a toxic relationship, the seasons of health that were stolen by persistent infirmity, and the thousands of dollars that leaked out of your life through the vines of injustice. You have been mourning the wasted time, thinking that because the years have passed, they are gone forever. But I am the God who stands outside of time, and I am here to interrupt your grief with a covenant promise. I am not just solving your problems, I am bringing back your peace and your assets with compound interest. The years you think were wasted were actually invested in the bank of heaven, and I am authorizing a sovereign payout that will saturate your future. Do not be fooled by the linear math of the world. In the natural realm, when a year is gone, it is gone. When a dollar is spent on a legal trap, it is lost. When a season is spent in toil, it is subtracted from your lifespan. But I am overriding the laws of addition and subtraction. I am introducing the law of supernatural restoration. I am not just going to give you back what you lost, I am going to multiply the value of what was taken. If the enemy stole 1 year of your peace, I am giving you back 7 years of restoration. If you siphon away your finances through office politics, I am relocating the assets of the wicked to your account with accumulated dividends. You are not just getting a refund, you are getting a reward. I am compounding the glory in the very areas where you experience the most grief. I have seen the whispers you could not hear. I heard the enemy counting the years you spent in wait. I heard him whispering to your soul, you are too old now, you have missed your window. The time you lost can never be recovered. He wanted you to live in a spirit of regret, because a person focused on yesterday's loss cannot possess tomorrow's land. But I am deleting the regret tonight. I am deleting the memory of the waste. I am compelling the time to bow to my command. I am compressing your destiny. I am going to make things happen for you in the next 12 months that should have taken 12 years. I am accelerating the harvest so that the reaper overtakes the plowman. You are moving from delayed to dispatched. Do not get fooled into thinking that I have forgotten the debt the world owes you. I saw every overtime hour that went unrecognized. I saw every sacrifice you made for people who discarded you. I saw every seed you sowed into a dry ground that never yielded a harvest. You thought the seed died, but I was protecting the potential. I have been collecting the interest on your faithfulness. The midnight sweep is clearing the arrears. I am ordering the world to pay you back. I am ordering the atmosphere to release the assets that were held hostage. You are about to walk into properties, partnerships, and peace that feel like they have been growing for you in secret for a lifetime. I saw the secret meetings of the time thieves. I saw the demons of distraction and the spirits of stagnation plotting how to keep you running in circles. They thought that by delaying you, they were destroying you. But they didn't realize that delay is not denial, it is deeper development. Every year you spent in the wilderness was a year of building your capacity. You were becoming stronger while they thought you were becoming weaker. You were becoming wiser while they thought you were becoming weary. And now, for the midnight sweep, I am releasing the capacity and the capital at the same time. You have the maturity to manage the millions. You have the strength to sustain the surplus. The restoration of the years is a balanced transaction. In the United States, you are surrounded by a culture of youth and instant gratification. You feel behind because you see others achieving while you are struggling. You look at social media and see the highlights of others and feel like your life clock is broken. But I am interrupting the comparison trap. My clock is the only one that matters. I am resurrecting your lost opportunities. I am restoring the reputation that was slandered. I am restoring the family time that was sacrificed to the toil. I am bringing peace that passes understanding into your current moment, and I am backdating that peace to cover every anxious night of your past. You are safe in the restoration. I have seen the whispers you could not hear, and they were full of mockery. They said, "They will never recover from that bankruptcy. They will never recover from that divorce. They will never recover from that sickness." They were writing your obituaries while you were still alive. But I am tearing up the obituary and writing a registry of restoration. I am compelling the enemy to watch as you recover all. Not just some. All. You are getting back the joy. You are getting back the confidence. You are getting back the competitive edge. I am restoring the vibrancy of your youth while adding the wisdom of your age. This is the compound interest of the kingdom. Do not be fooled. The assets are not just money. I am restoring the spiritual assets. I am restoring your sensitivity to my voice. I am restoring your ability to dream. I am restoring the passion that was snuffed out by the office politics. I am deleting the burnout. I am replacing the spirit of heaviness with the garment of praise. The midnight sweep is scrubbing the residue of hardship off your soul. You will emerge from this restoration looking like you never went through the fire. You will smell like success and not like smoke. I saw the secret meetings where the spirits of lack were allocating your inheritance to the wicked. They were trying to permanently divert what was rightfully yours. But I have issued a sovereign injunction. I am freezing the accounts of those who stole from you, and I am relocating those assets to you with interest. The world calls it wealth transfer, but I call it restoration. It is corrective justice. The peace I am bringing is a thick, heavy peace that will drown out the noise of the traps. You are secured in a fortress of favor. The restoration is non-negotiable. This is my covenant. I told you in my word that I would restore to you the years that the locust hath eaten. The locust of debt, the cankerworm of sickness, the palmerworm of betrayal, they have all vomited up what they swallowed. I am compelling the universe to vomit your blessings. You are not starting over from scratch, you are starting from surplus. You are starting from strength. You are starting from a position of power. The midnight sweep is leveling the field, and then it is elevating your ground. I have seen the whispers you could not hear, and I am overriding them with my voice of many waters. The enemy is terrified of your recovery. He knows that a restored person is a dangerous person because they have testimony and authority. You are becoming his worst nightmare. You are a walking miracle. You are evidence that nothing is impossible with God. The restoration of the years is your global platform. People will ask you, how did you get so far, so fast? And you will say, it was the midnight sweep of the restorer of years. Do not get fooled into fearing that you will lose it all again. The restoration is fortified. I am building a hedge around your new assets. I am building a hedge around your new peace. This is not a temporary relief. It is a permanent reinstatement. You are safe in the presence of the restorer. You are secure in the protocol of the surplus. I am commanding the interest to keep flowing. You are moving into a season where you will never experience lack again. The wasted years have been converted into kingdom capital. I saw the secret meetings of the Divine Compounding Agency. They are reviewing your account today. They are calculating the final payout. The midnight sweep is finalizing the distribution. The restoration is landing in your life within the next 7 days. You will see the evidence. You will touch the assets. You will inhale the peace. The time is redeemed. The years are back. They are fuller. They are richer. They are more meaningful. You are blessed in your later years more than in your former years. The midnight sweep has restored the balance. The sovereign shift is total. Phase 3 is complete. The time is recovered. The assets are compounded. The peace is absolute. The restorer has arrived. The years are redeemed. The payout is sovereign, my child. We have moved through the final night of toil, we have witnessed the invisible hand dismantle the traps of the enemy, and we have entered the restoration of the years. But now, we must address the legal occupation of your peace. In the spiritual realm, authority is not just felt, it is exercised. I have deleted the problem from my records, but you must now evict the residue of that problem from your atmosphere. For too long, anxiety, fear, and chronic worry have been squatting in the house of your mind without a lease. They have been consuming your energy, stealing your sleep, and trespassing on the territory I have sanctified for my glory. I am issuing a divine eviction notice today. I am commanding you to stand in your royal authority and seal this midnight intervention. It is time to serve notice to every fear and every anxiety that their time is up. You must signal to the spirit world that you are no longer a host for hardship. Do not be fooled by the persistent shadows of your past. The enemy wants you to believe that deletion is a slow process, but I am the God of the instantaneous. The only reason a deleted problem can still haunt you is if you allow the memory of the toil to keep the door unlocked. You have been negotiating with your fears, trying to manage your stress, and coexisting with your betrayals. But I am interrupting the tolerance. You cannot decorate a demonic stronghold, you must destroy it. I am commanding a total clearance. The anxiety that made your heart race at 3 a.m. is being handed its belongings and escorted out of your life. The midnight sweep is not a suggestion, it is a sovereign removal. I have seen the whispers you could not hear. I heard the spirits of heaviness whispering to each other, they won't kick us out. They are used to the pain. They identify with the struggle. They have been banking on your passive acceptance. They thought that because you have lived with the bill, the sickness, and the office politics for so long, you would never claim your freedom. But I am activating your spiritual spine. I am commanding you to disturb the squatters. My invisible hand has already changed the locks, but you must speak the word that validates the lockdown. You are legally authorized to command the departure. Do not get fooled into whispering your freedom. The kingdom of heaven responds to the sound of unshakable confidence. I am commanding you to take a physical action to seal this midnight intervention. I want you to go to the comments right now and serve the notice. Do not hesitate. Do not overthink. This is the transaction of the seal. Type in bold, unshakable, and authoritative capital letters, problem deleted or I sleep in peace. These are not letters on a screen, they are spiritual eviction notices. They are the legal record of your agreement with the midnight sweep. Every time you type those words, you are severing the nerve of the anxiety. You are cancellating the contract with toil. I saw the secret meetings of the legions of lack. They are watching your fingers right now. They are hoping you remain silent. They are gambling on your doubt. They know that the moment you claim the deletion, their access is revoked. I am commanding you to disappoint them. Surprise them with your boldness. Problem deleted, say it until the fear trembles. I sleep in peace, type it until the atmosphere submits. You are establishing a new law in your home. You are establishing a new law in your business. You are establishing a new law in your bloodline. The eviction is permanent. In the United States, you are surrounded by a culture of chronic stress. You are told that worry is a sign of responsibility. You are told that anxiety is a modern necessity. But I am interrupting that secular logic. I am commanding you to reject the culture of chaos. I am inviting you into the culture of the sovereign Sabbath. When you type I sleep in peace, you are declaring that you are protected by the highest intelligence. You are declaring that you are secured by the greatest asset. You are exiting the frantic race and entering the finished work. The midnight sweep is filtering your input. I am deleting the toxic content that feeds your fear. I have seen the whispers you could not hear, and they were threats of a repeat cycle. I heard the enemy say, wait until morning, they will wake up and remember the debt. But I am commanding a selective amnesia of the spirit. I am deleting the emotional connection to the problem. When you wake up, you will remember the fact of the bill, but you will no longer feel the fear of the bill. The power of the problem has been liquidated. Your eviction notice is effective immediately. There is no grace period for the enemy. There is no extension for the traps. The invisible hand is dragging the opposition out of your promised land. Do not be fooled. This is spiritual governance. As you type, the angels of record are witnessing your sovereignty. They are recording your refusal to suffer any longer. Your problem deleted is the final signature on the settlement. It notifies the banker that the debt is gone. It notifies the sickness that the temple is closed to infirmity. It notifies the betrayer that their dagger has been shattered. You are cleaning the slate. You are resetting the clock. You are defining the new normal. The midnight sweep is thorough, and your command makes it final. I saw the secret meetings of the divine enforcers. They are standing by to execute your eviction. They are waiting for the sound of your agreement. When you type "I sleep in peace," you are releasing the angels of security to patrol your dreams. You are releasing the angels of provision to restock your warehouse. You are releasing the angels of healing to repair your nervous system. The toil is evicted because the glory is moving in. You cannot inhabit a house filled with garbage. The midnight sweep removed the trash, and your command locked the door against its return. The eviction notice is served. Notice that I did not ask for permission. I commanded a deletion. I am authorizing you to walk in pre-calculated peace. You don't have to wait for the bank balance to change before you feel the peace. You feel the peace because the problem is already deleted in the future. You are operating from the end of the conflict. The midnight sweep has bypassed the natural process. You are moving from chaos to conclusion. Every problem deleted you type is a nail in the coffin of your old identity. I have seen the whispers you could not hear, and they were lies designed to make you doubt the sweep. I heard the spirits of skepticism saying, "It's just a video, nothing is actually changing." But I am interrupting that spiritual sabotage. This is a sacred encounter in a digital altar. I am using the technology to deliver the theology of your triumph. When you claim the intervention in this global space, you are vandalizing the enemy's strategy of silence. You are broadcasting your victory to the ends of the earth. The eviction notice is public, permanent, and powerful. Do not get fooled into monitoring the problem. If you evict someone, you don't stare through the window to see where they went. You close the blinds and enjoy the silence. I am commanding you to turn your back on the deleted problem. If the debt tries to call your name, ignore the frequency. If the betrayal tries to trigger your grief, dismiss the emotion. You are under sovereign protection. You are a no-fly zone for the adversary. Your "I sleep in peace" is your certificate of safety. I saw the secret meetings of the cloud of witnesses. They are celebrating your shift. They have seen the midnight sweep happen in their own generations, and they are cheering as you seal your exodus. They know that the eviction of the old is the prerequisite for the arrival of the new. The surplus we discussed in Phase 3 is waiting for you to finish the clearance. You cannot receive the assets while you are still clutching the anxiety. Release the fear as you type the command. Claim the peace. The word is issued. The command is live. The intervention is sealed. You have evicted the toil. You have deleted the problem. You have claimed the rest. The midnight sweep is your new reality. You are safe in your declaration. You are secure in your deletion. You are sovereign in your sleep. Phase 4 is complete. The notice is served. The squatters are gone. The seal is unbreakable. The problems are deleted. The peace is occupied. The eviction is final. My child, you are now standing at the threshold of a horizon you once thought was unreachable. We have journeyed through the final night of toil, watched as the invisible hand dismantled the traps of your adversaries, witnessed the restoration of the years, and issued the eviction notice to every squatter of fear in your mind. Now, as the stars begin to fade and the first light of the sovereign dawn touches your life, I want you to feel the transformation that has occurred within your spirit. You did not just survive the night, you were forged by it. You are not the same person who entered this midnight sweep with a heavy heart and trembling hands. You are emerging from the shadows not as a victim of circumstances, but as a warrior of the morning. I am deleting the slave identity and installing the warrior identity. Tomorrow is not just another Tuesday, it is the inaugural day of your new life. Do not be fooled by the familiarity of your physical surroundings when you wake up. In the natural world, the walls of your home may look the same, but in the spiritual realm, the atmosphere has been completely reconstructed. You have been upgraded to a higher level of authority. A warrior does not wake up to worry, a warrior wakes up to govern. I am commanding your eyes to see the victory before you see the validation. I am commanding your feet to step with the weight of royalty. In the United States, you are conditioned to believe that your worth is tied to your yesterday, but I am interrupting that temporal logic. Your worth is tied to my word, and my word says that your new morning is saturated with pre-calculated favor. You are exiting the survival mode and entering the sovereign mode. I have seen the whispers you could not hear. I heard the spirits of regret trying to anchor you to the errors of your past as the sun began to rise. I heard the voices of failure trying to narrate your new morning with old scripts, but I am muffling those whispers with the roar of the Lion of Judah. I am deleting the echoes of the betrayal from your ears. While you were engaging with this midnight intervention, I was neutralizing every aftershock of the struggle. You are walking into a sterile morning. A morning where the contamination of yesterday cannot find you. I have hidden your new identity in the light. Your enemies will wake up to hunt for the old you, but they will find only an empty grave. You are safe in the finality of the shift. Do not get fooled into reopening the cases I have closed. A warrior does not relitigate a war that has already been won. When you open your eyes, the first thought that tries to assault you will be a test of your new status. The enemy will try to hand you the old bill or the old symptom just to see if you will claim it. But I am commanding you to reject the delivery. Say to the atmosphere, that file has been deleted. Say to the anxiety, your eviction is final. You are moving into a season of high-speed manifestation. The time lag between my promise and your possession has been deleted. You are exiting the waiting room and entering the throne room. I saw the secret meetings of the cloud of witnesses. They are standing and applauding your transition. They have watched you navigate the night of toil with unwavering trust, and they are celebrating your coronation. You are becoming a living legend of grace. You are evidence that God is not mocked. The midnight sweep has polished your anointing. You are walking with a gravity and a gravitas that will silence the mockers without you having to speak a word. I am vindicating you by the quality of your morning. People will look at your face and see the rest of God. They will look at your assets and see the increase of God. They will look at your peace and see the power of God. In the United States, you are surrounded by a society of the shaken. Everyone is waiting for the next crisis, the next crash, the next conflict. But I am positioning you as a pillar of stability. You are the light in the city on a hill. Because you surrendered your night to the sweep, I am surrounding your day with the surplus. You are authorized to establish the new standard in your workplace, in your family, and in your community. You are not just living your new life, you are leading it. The warrior in you has been resurrected. You are dangerous to the kingdom of darkness because you have discovered the secret of the midnight rest. I have seen the whispers you could not hear, and I am exposing the endgame. The enemy wanted you to give up in the fourth watch. He knew that if he could just keep you tired until 5 a.m., you would miss the dawn. but I have infused you with midnight vitality. You have outlasted the obstacle, you have outprayed the oppression. You have outstayed the stagnation. And now, the morning is your reward. I am compelling the day to yield its best to you. The sun will not smite you by day, nor the moon by night. You are sealed in a sovereign safety net. The new morning is your covenant right. Do not be fooled. The warrior requires fresh intel. You cannot protect a new life with old information. I have ordained a supernatural supply chain of daily updates for your spirit. You need to hear my voice every midnight to prepare your morning. You need to receive the deletion every night to enjoy the deliverance every day. This is why I have established this protection circle. It is not a social club, it is a strategic war room. It is the place where the midnight sweep is activated and reinforced across the globe. I saw the secret meetings of the divine strategists. They are mapping out your next 7 mornings. They have calculated the favor drops. They have calculated the asset relocations. They have calculated the healing surges. All you have to do is stay in the frequency. Do not disconnect from the messenger. Do not drift back into the noise. You are a morning warrior, and a warrior stays connected to the general. The new morning has landed. This is my final word over this encounter. The problem is deleted. The traps are dismantled. The years are restored. The eviction is final. You are emerging from this video as a sign and a wonder. Walk out of your front door tomorrow with the expectation of a king. Walk into your bank with the confidence of an owner. Walk into your health with the vitality of a conqueror. Phase 5 is complete. The night is gone. The morning is manifested. The warrior is crowned. The final call, join the protection circle, my precious child. As the midnight sweep concludes and your new morning begins, I have one last sovereign instruction for you. You have received the deletion, and you have claimed the peace. But to sustain the shift, you must protect the connection. I am Jesus, your king, and I am calling you to join the protection circle right now. I want you to understand that this channel is my messenger for you. I have anointed this digital space to be your war room and your sanctuary. In a world filled with lies and lack, you need a daily frequency that reinforces your warrior identity. Do not walk away from this atmosphere. The enemy is waiting for you to close this screen so he can whisper the old problems back into your mind. But when you hit that subscribe button and turn on the notifications, you are sealing your access to my midnight updates. You are telling the spirit world that you are staying in the light. You are ensuring that every night, I have a place to speak to your soul and delete your toil. Join the protection circle. Be among the chosen few who refuse to wake up and worry ever again. As you subscribe, I am releasing a special shield of mercy over your account and your health. This is my messenger for your morning. I have deleted the problem. I have cleared the path. I have restored the years. You are my warrior. The morning is yours. The shift is eternal. Go to the comments one last time and type I am a morning warrior to lock this finality. Share this messenger with one person who is tired of the toil, and watch how my invisible hand moves for both of you.